Listen, it's quite simple. Press the free like button if you think that Edge is better than Christian Cage, and he always has been. Look, man, I can't believe there's actual marks that think Christian Cage is better than Edge. I'm like, okay, how? Where's your proof? Where's your evidence? Christian Cage was never on the level of an Edge, so please stop it. Where will I put Edge if I was running all elite wrestling? I would put Edge on Collision. I feel like that's where he should go. But it's weird because, man, I remember 2 years ago, I made a video saying that I feel like Edge had a better comeback than CM Junk. And now, years later, they are swapping places. That's wild. That is crazy as fuck. Who saw that coming? That Edge and CM Junk would trade companies 2 years later. And those two guys came back like in the same year, I think. That's wild as shit. That is crazy. That both these two guys swapped companies. But do I think Edge should be a world champion? Nope. Look, I feel like Edge, his job should be put the young guys over, have great storylines, but that's about it. But listen, we will not care about Edge months from now on this roster. I guarantee it. Eventually, we will look at Edge as just another guy who had a big name. Look, I'm a fan of Edge, but let's not get it twisted. He ain't no game changer. Not right now. Not for this company, not for that boss. Look at Chris Jericho, look at Daniel Bryan. It's not gonna happen. We will forget about Edge, but he will have great matches. You know, Edge versus Omega, Edge versus Page, Edge versus Max. He does have new opponents, but he's not going to move any needles. Like I said, I think this guy will hurt his legacy being with this company because they are not going to book him well. We will get tired of Edge very, very soon. You see, this is why people call me the best at talking about pro wrestling, because I'm always 25 steps ahead of everybody else who talks about wrestling. I look towards the future, but not now, right? When it came to Edge, I saw him leaving months ago. I actually made multiple videos about it. I said, when Edge comes to SmackDown, I said, bro, he has no more opponents. He has no heels to put over. He has no heels that are credible at his level to go against. Look at that roster on SmackDown. There was nobody else. And look, I like Grayson Waller, but he's not on Edge level. He ain't ready for a guy like an Edge. So there was nobody left. I said, man, when Edge comes back, who will he face? So that's what I do. I'm like, man, Edge, his career might be winding down for this company. Based on that weak SmackDown roster, there was nobody left because he faced mostly all the top guys with a name. There was only one guy left on that roster on SmackDown. That was Karrion Kross. He faced AJ. He faced Lashley. He faced Theory. He's not going to face L.A. Cosplay because now he's a face. So what heels was Edge going to face, right? So Edge was going to be wasted because there's no point of facing Roman Reigns. We already been down that road. So there was nobody left. So Edge ran out of opponents. I said that in multiple videos. I said, when Edge comes back, who's left? I'm like, how can they build up a Grayson Waller for Edge? Like, nobody will care about that feud. So I knew, like, man, Edge has no more options besides Karrion Kross. And even then, I don't think people would care about that feud, Karrion Kross and Edge. So Edge had two options, either retire or go to all elite wrestling. Based on that weak ass roster. Like I said, this is why I'm the best. I'm 25 steps ahead of you. For the past 5 months, I told you, SmackDown has a trash roster. If it didn't, Edge would still be there, you fucking dumbass. Why would Edge leave if there was competition on that roster? There's nothing. Like I told you, SmackDown sucks. If it didn't, Edge would still be there. Dummy. God, see, look. This is why I'm the best at talking wrestling. It's not about how many views I get. See, that's where you kids always fall for. You are brainwashed by social media and YouTube and fame. And here's what I mean. YouTube views don't mean shit. YouTube views don't mean that I'm better than you or he's the best at this or that. Okay, by that same logic, okay, let's go by music logic, right? If views means you are better than this guy, okay, then by your logic, I guess Pitbull, the rapper, is better than Tupac, right? By your logic, because Pitbull actually gets more YouTube views than Tupac. Okay, by your logic, I guess Drake is better than Biggie Smalls, because Drake gets more YouTube views than Biggie Smalls. Okay, by your logic, I guess fucking Justin Bieber is better than Michael Jackson, right? Right? Because Bieber gets more YouTube views than Michael Jackson. That's what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It's called quality over quantity. Quantity is getting shitloads of views for no fucking reason. If I'm seeing guys with trash music getting more YouTube views than Tupac, then who gives a fuck about views? Views is just for show. It don't mean shit. It don't mean you're the best. It's just for fucking show. It's a dog and pony show. Who cares? I go by quality, not quantity. Quantity is getting a billion fucking views on a fucking video. That's quantity. I'm quality. Look, let me tell you about my history when it comes to this channel. Let's talk about Braun fucking Breaker. I remember in his first year, all you marks was crying about his name over saying, oh, Vince, he's petty. He hates the fucking Steiner brothers. Let's talk about Braun Breaker. I remember in his first year, you marks was crying over his name, saying, why did this company give him that name? And then I said, see, I was playing devil's advocate, and nobody else did. I said, what if Braun gave himself that name to not be compared to his father and his uncle? I said, what if Braun wants to be his own man? But you marks said I was lying. And then months later, Braun said in an interview that he named himself that because he didn't want to be compared to his uncle and his father. Score one for me. Let's go to Edge. I said Edge has no more opponents on SmackDown. Now he's gone because of that factor. There was nobody left to face. Score one for me. Number two, let's talk about Trick Money Williams. 5 months ago, I had the balls to say Trick Williams is better than Melo Hayes. People said I was capping. Am I capping now, you dumb bitch? Am I capping now, you stupid dumb bitch? Where's Trick Williams at? 5 months ago, this guy was a fucking manager. And I had the balls to make a post by saying the guy on the right, to Melo, he is better. Months later, this guy beat a main roster talent for the NXT North American Championship, and now he's more over than Melo Hayes. Who caught that first? Me, you stupid dumb bitch. I caught that first. I got a video. Go back, type in Trick Williams and Walt Clyde. It's still online. I made a video saying the higher ups like Trick Williams better than Melo. Now, months later, he's a champion now. Because my channel is on quality over quantity. I give you quality takes, quality opinions, bitch. When am I ever wrong? Seriously, let's talk about the fucking bloodline. I made multiple videos saying Roman Reigns will fail after Jey Uso leaves. I said he will be boring. The bloodline will be boring. It will get stale after Jey leaves. And yes, now people are waking up to me now. Where's my apology? You said I was lying. You said I was capping. You said I was hating. Now everybody says the same thing I'm saying. The bloodline is stale. Nobody gives a fuck about the bloodline. But I thought I was a hater. This is why I'm always 25 steps ahead of you marks. That's what I mean. I predict the future. When I made that video, nobody was saying that the bloodline was stale, but I had the balls to say it. And now months later, people are trying to wake up now. People are starting to give me my fucking props now. Roman is boring. Jimmy is boring. Solo is boring. Nobody cares about the bloodline now. They are stale. As I predicted, they will be fucking stale. Let's talk about CM Junk. I said that this guy is going to go back to his old company. People said that was never going to happen. Now I'm hearing Shawn Michaels, a guy with a lot of backstage pull, wants back CM Junk in his company. Let me repeat, Shawn Michaels, A guy who is in management said flat out he wants CM Punk back in the WWF. Let's talk about Gunther, the Ring General. My God, let's not get me started with Gunther. I remember when he first got caught up, people said he was going to be fired. People said he was going to be released or buried by Vince McMahon. And people was trashing his fucking name. I got a video praising his name, praising his new name. I said, this guy is going to be the longest reigning IC champion. I said, give him a long title reign. I said that on video. Go and fucking look it up. I said, this guy is going to have a long title reign. I said that the moment he beat Ricochet. On the same night, I made that video. I said, he's going to have a very long title reign. Was I wrong? Is he buried? Is he a top guy? As I predicted, I said, he looks like a Gunther. I said, I love his name. I was the only guy saying he has a great name. He's going to be a fucking star. Vince will push him. Was I wrong? Was I wrong? Now he's the longest reigning IC champion in history. Who caught that? Me. I got videos on videos saying this guy will be a star. He would not get buried. I like his name change. Was I wrong? Nope. See, now let's talk about Edge. Look, what do I think about his prospects in All Elite Wrestling? Listen, he had two choices: either retire or be stale and stagnant on SmackDown, or just go to All Elite Wrestling. So, what is his upside in All Elite Wrestling? Listen, I think he's going to hurt his legacy. Just like Chris Jericho, just like Daniel Bryan, just like Dean Ambrose, he's going to hurt his rep. We would never look at Edge ever the same ever again. Moving forward, it's waiting. This guy is going to be booked like trash. That's me. That's my opinion. He will be booked like trash. I feel like eventually we will get tired of Edge on Dynamite, Rampage, etc. Conman will not know how to book Edge, but I get why he left. Look at Christian Cage. Christian Cage didn't get booked well until he turned heel. Christian was boring as fuck as a face. But when it comes to Edge, look, I understand Edge, he now has new opponents. Okay, I get it. But overall, it's like, I don't think Edge will be a game changer. So, what should Edge be? A heel or a face? I think Edge has to be a lifelong face moving forward, based on the fact that nobody will ever boo him ever again. It's not going to happen. So he might as well stay face forever. At this point of his career, we've seen the best of Edge as a heel. So he needs to be a face forever now, because we will never boo Edge. What's the point? Why should we boo a guy that was retired for the past 10 years, who came back from a career-ending injury? Why the fuck should we boo him? We can't. So by that logic, he needs to be a lifelong face. And he needs to feud with Christian Cage. I feel like that works. Christian as a heel, Edge as a face, because look, the fans love Edge more than Cage. So I feel like, okay, that works. That makes sense. But do I love the move? No, I don't love the move. Edge going to All Elite Wrestling. But at the same time, he had no more opponents left on that WWF roster. That's the fucked up part. But here's what I fear about Edge. Will he do too much like Sting? Because if he does too much like Sting, this guy will get hurt once again. That's why I don't want him being in All Elite Wrestling, because I know he's going to want to keep up with all the young talent when it comes to doing crazy ass stunts, crazy ass shit. Look, there's too many people that are unsafe in All Elite Wrestling. That don't bode well for Edge. Edge is a safe wrestler. There's too many green guys and reckless guys in that company. Hell, I saw Dean Ambrose fall on his head against Ray Phoenix. So just imagine if he was Edge. Now, do you see the point? Dude, there's so many reckless fucks in that company. That's why I don't want Edge there. I feel like, man, I don't want Edge to get hurt again, which might happen based on that reckless ass roster. That's why I'm like, man, I just wish he would just retire. Listen, when it comes to Edge name value, I feel like it will go down moving forward, being with All Elite Wrestling. He's not going to help this company. Hell, nobody will. Not Goldberg, not Hogan, not Steve Austin. Nobody will help this company crack the million range. When it comes to viewers, it's not going to happen. Okay, I'm done.